presentation, I'm going to discuss some kind of data share with you regarding education, some statistics, some structure, administrative structure, what kind of education we have in India, and obviously with few recommendations where we can really take a decision that we should go for education or not. In the structure of Indian education system, as everybody you know that pre-primary education, this is from LKG to UKG, primary education from class 1 to 5, age between 6 to 11, secondary is class 6 to 10, age between 11 to 12, higher secondary education from class 11 to 12, age is between 15 to 17, graduation is professional 4 years or medical 5 years, or like other courses could be 3 years also, arts and commerce. Complex, multi-layered paramedical system with a variety of institutions controlled by 6 mainly apex bodies. 554 universities till date, 31,324 colleges, averaging 55 colleges per university we have in India, with 14 million students, third highest in world after US and China. 6 lakhs teachers as per UGC report 2010-11. 65 centrally funded institutions like IITs, IIMs, NITs, ISCs, etc. Central universities are approx 42, state government universities 261, state private universities 73, deemed 130. And number of students enrolled around 1,69 lakhs 75,000. These are the regulating authorities which controls all these institutions like UGC, AICT, MCI, ICR, NCT, DCI, PCI, INC, BCI, CCH, CCIM, Council of Architecture, Distance Education Council, Rehabilitation Council, and all state boards or state councils of higher education. This is the basic administrative structure for higher education in India. If we go by the duties and responsibilities of Department of Higher Education are segregated between 6 divisions mainly. University and higher education and minority education, they look after one section of the education part. Distance education and scholarships, another section. Integrated finance division, regarding all sort of finance part, to whom how much fund allocation could be done. Technical education is a separate area which looks after all technical professional courses run by AICT. UNESCO, international cooperation, statistics, policy, copyrights, and book promotion. This is a separate division which looks after all these activities. Administration, again, planning, languages, and coordination. This is a general structure we have in India about the administrative in education. India has many advantages. Like, as I told you, investment in education, when we talk about, we should focus on some of the advantages in India in higher education. Of course, IITs of India has been ranked the 3rd best technology university in the world in 2005. Management institutions through IIMs, they have their own credentials here, very high credentials. And you can expect very good, handsome salaries amount from these, come out from IIMs. Quality education is also possible on low cost in India. If you compare European education, American education, you will find that we have a really very, very low cost. Comfortable with the international language as English medium of communication. We are the best ones who can really communicate in the language of English. Like, look at the China. Although they have excelled in many areas, but language has been the problem for Chinese. Now they have started to, to excel in that particular skills. In masses, people are, Chinese are teaching, they are taught English in very big halls, like lakhs and lakhs people are through the ICTs process. Some of the challenges which are very, very well known to everybody, demand and supply gap. There is a lot of demand, but there is no supply, which is directly related to quality education. When we talk about demand and supply, we do have qualitative people who can really maintain the standards and the norms and can produce the best one, because underlying principle is the best in, the best out. Research and development promotion, yes. The focus could be on research and R&D. I came a bit late in the last session, first session, but there was also a lot of emphasis on R&D. Yes, there must be a lot of R&D activities so that we can learn the micro part of any field of study. Faculty shortage, yes. Being a promoter of the college, I can tell you very honestly, we do have faculty shortage because nobody wants, it's the last option to opt for academics. Everybody wants to go for industries, good salaries, handsome packages, best facilities. But still, I can assure you, even good colleges are looking for good people with good salaries and good facilities. Lack of employment-oriented courses. Yes, we do have lack of employment-oriented, which are directly related with the employment. The moment you pass out the course, come out with the college, you are employed, you start, after learning, you start earning. I want to share here with a small model we have applied in my college. The moment a person is admitted in MBA or engineering, we have invited all industry people, sat with them, Chamber of Commerce, had a lot of meetings with them and asked them, please do something and chalk out some strategies for the employment part. Now what they do is, the student, the moment he is admitted in the college, he is adopted by the concerned industry. Like in all areas, in MBA, finance, marketing, HR, or systems, or any other operational areas, student is adopted by the industry. A mentor is appointed, given to that particular student. After finishing studies around 2 o'clock, with a 1 hour gap, he has to report to the university, to the industry, and will stay there till the mentor is, he is required by the mentor. And the internal assessment which is given to us, we had already given to the industry people, to the mentor, that you evaluate the student for the whole year and submit the, whatever the evaluation part on your part, you submit to us, we will post it and send it to the concerned university or the agency. So that the student, whatever he learns in the classroom, he replicate his knowledge in the field. And I tell you very honestly, some of the experiences are, whatever the balance sheets taught in the classroom, the balance sheet taught in the industry, they see in the industry is very, very different. Lack of necessity of institution industry type, as I told you, it is must. The industry people should come forward. Otherwise, they are also facing good people, a crunch. They are not getting good people to work. If they have tie-up, and the institutions are going to know the requirement, the latest requirements of the industry, we can mold the syllabi, we can mold the curriculum, can introduce the new things, new curriculum, and provide you the latest technology, the latest knowledge, the current requirement or the necessities to be fulfilled by the institution, so that industry could be benefited. Lack of career counseling. Yes, there are people, never know. Even in MBA, I can share one experience, like the student comes, what do you want to do? Finance. Why finance? My uncle works in a bank, he told me go for finance. Is it not the career counseling? We must have in institutions good career counselors so that the right person goes for the right career. And the industry or the society or the nation could be benefited by these career counselors. So that we are not saying that whosoever got the skills, the best skill in finance should go for finance, go for marketing like this only. Some of the measures I can suggest for the development of higher education in India. The government has already adopted various measures in order to enhance higher education system. These measures are like forming national education policy and supervising its implementation part. Yes, they are doing a lot. Like here I would like to know, I would like to tell you that Knowledge Commission, recently a lot of work is being, government is doing on Knowledge Commission. All bodies are coming under one parental body so that the supervision and the quality and the assurance, all this monitoring could be better. Making development plans for universities, higher education and technical education. Yes. They must know road ahead 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. The moment requirement comes, we start working on the planning. Then 1 year goes, 2 years go, 10 years goes, then again we start the go back to history, so that we should, kept our eyes open so that we can work the current requirements, plan them, and implement them. Emphasizing on education needs of unprivileged groups, which is very, very much required in India, such as SC, ST, OBCs, and girls, especially, they left behind. Physically challenged, one of the very major group to be taken care of, and obviously minority groups. These groups could be included so that they can come up and feel that, yes, we are part of the same nation. Focusing on providing scholarship to the proficient candidates. Yes, those whosoever are poor cannot afford, they must be provided some kind of financial support so that they can meet the requirements. Focusing on growth of all Indian languages. We must do this. It's not only the English, all languages. And I tell you, the base, once one of my teacher told me that if you want to make a person the best for the nation, you should teach him or her any language or mathematics. He would be the best person for the nation to serve. Encouraging international relationships in the sphere of education, such as UNESCO, all these bodies, yes, they should encourage these kind of relationships so that we could get maximum funding as well as a vision for the future. Promoting books and the copyright acts, because this is one of the area where nothing can be done as far as my knowledge is concerned in India. 100% FDI allowed in education sector under automatic route. I think would be known to everybody. In education, it's an automatic route is given for 100% FDI in India. So we must welcome this so that whatsoever money we are taking it to outside, it should be invested in India only, and we must get some kind of qualitative, some kind of international outlook, some exposure like this. Some recent developments of higher education in India, like in year 10-11, Indian government has assigned 2350 CR to UGC under plan grants of extending assistance to state-based universities and colleges, so that they should come up and meet the national requirement. Central universities and deemed universities are granted 1980 and 60 CR for providing assistance to these universities. Like this, other education organizations are also granted aids to help higher education sector flourish and grow. Not only the government should stick to these things, but the SFS colleges, self-financing colleges, and other sectors also must be given some kind of support so that they could serve the nation. A path ahead for India, as we can see, there must be a political will. It is required. Our ex-Minister of Education, Higher Education, Honorable Kapil Sibal Sahab has done a lot, but everything was on paper. In education, sharing you very honestly, things must be very fast. It should be a slow process. If anything is planned, immediately implemented, the results will be definitely good. Education should be directly responsibility of the central government. As we find, there are a lot of problems you will find, there are gaps you will find in the state and the center. Center is saying something, state is saying something, this body is saying something, this body is saying something. There must be some kind of understanding between this. And why not the central government takes the entire charge of this? The funding, policies, responsibilities, and everything. Why to the state government? It should be the subject of the central government. Industry and university collaborations. We have discussed already earlier. The industry tie-up must be required for this. Demand of multinational industries should be met by the universities. Whatever they are looking for in India, we are always asking that MNC should be invited, MNC should be invited, but we must meet their requirement. We must know their requirements, what they are looking for. And what they are looking for, we must plan a curriculum for it, train our people for it, and give it to them. That is why otherwise it is a very difficult task to invite them, and they never find a person to work on their areas, so that it would be a gap again. Rethink and redesign the course curriculum. It is very, very difficult in the universities. It takes almost 4 to 5 years. The moment any new thing comes, we suggest to the university, they said the meeting will take place within 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 years. Definitely, in some of the autonomous institutions, this could be possible, but in the universities, this process must be taken care on a priority basis, so any requirement is of today could be met by tomorrow only, not in the years and years to come. Private universities, here I a little differ from this. Concept of private universities, yes, it should be, because the requirement is very high. Government cannot meet all the requirements, but private universities must be some checks. Otherwise, what happens? After some time, people, they have started feeling that this is my baby, this is my baby. I can play with this. This kind of, thinking must be taken care of. Some kind of checks point must be tagged with the private universities part, so that we can maintain our standards up to level. Foreign collaboration of universities, yes, definitely. Foreign university collaborations, obviously we should look for this, like the FDI is a automatic route, we can fulfill this requirement. Open franchise overseas, we can go for this also. And lastly is this bold and innovative leadership by academicians, administrators, political leaders and policy makers must be taken care of. Some of the recommendations like open universities need to be encouraged to offer quality programs. Government should encourage foreign universities to come to India to set up independent operations or collaborate with the existing Indian universities. Good salary packages and benefits to the faculty so that good brains can be attracted to the profession. Private sector should run universities not on the profit basis only through charitable trusts or societies, but a part of as CSR. More of vocational universities to be opened, so that, as my friend said it rightly, we do require, we lack in vocational knowledge. And a word in one nest is by Indian thinker Rabindranath Tagore says, let's pay heed to it. Thank you so much.